Being gay brand.
Well, jumping right into it.
Hey.
Hello everyone and thanks for watching this new episode of the Talent Room. Today I'm here in the social hub. It's a little bit noisy because they're already starting with the performance next over here. But I'm not alone. I'm here with the Lambrini Girls. Please explain to me who you guys are and what is it that you guys do?
Hello, we're Lambrini Girls. We're from Brighton in the UK. We're a punk band, which are really good. That's all really I've got to say. What about you, Lily?
Yep.
Well, let's just get started.
All right, what do we do then? So we throw it.
You just throw it and then whichever the dice lands on, you see this little table. Yeah. It all has like numbers. This is 6, this is 4, and no, this is 5, that's 4. So it's a little self-explanatory.
Chuck it. Do the honors, mate.
5. I just said 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. Is being gay brand.
Well, jumping right into it. I don't. I'm always gonna be like, "What's your favorite dinner food?"
Yeah.
Well, Lily.
I mean, I guess it shouldn't be, but I think these days it sort of is. Like you see it a lot during Pride, especially when big corporations kind of adopt the whole like rainbow and inclusivity thing when they historically haven't been
Because
inclusive.
it might need a little bit more explanation, because I think one of you girls said in a Rolling Stones interview that being gay is sort of nowadays is like is a brand or stuff like that. Is that true?
Well, yeah, that's what I said in connection with sort of major corporations exploiting the sort of the rainbow, and like during Pride months when, you know, I mean, I don't know what it's like over here, but in the UK, a lot of like the big supermarkets and stuff sort of like incorporate rainbows into their logos and really make a big deal about Pride. And I think that's a way of sort of capitalizing on like an industry that's going on, or like a group of people. So in that sense, yes, it sort of is. It's not really for us.
For us too.
Yeah, in a different way, of course, because we're not trying to capitalize on the fact that we're gay. But yeah, it's very much part of who we are. So
I think we also do get like put as made a brand. So we don't want to be a brand. We're not trying to be like, oh, we want to sell the fact we're queer. But if you're a band in the industry, it does do that. You know, you get put into a bracket of being like this queer band. So you can sing about these issues. You can sing about like the trivialization of queer people itself. You can sing about trans rights. But people will go, right, what's trendy right now? Being queer is very much like in the mainstream. There's a band doing that. Let's put loads of marketing. Let's put loads of money into that. And you kind of, it itself becomes a byproduct of it. And that's not something we want. But that is something that does happen with loads of queer bands. You know, what becomes a big selling point is the fact that you are queer, which I think is really immoral, really. And I think that's also being in a very capitalist industry. It does do that, really. So I can't say that, like, you know, there's not going to be like, you know, some, I don't know, label heads out there or journalists or whoever it is won't see that and be like, that will sell, because it does. And can I swear?
You can.
It's fucking shit. Stop it. But to answer the question.
Yeah.
in short, yeah, in short, I think.
Well, I think we can continue, and a lot of other questions will explain your guys' role and what kind of a band you are. So let's just roll the dice again. Oh.
Lucky number 6.
6.
Yay! Which one's 6 then? 1, 2,
This
3,
is
4, 5,
6.
6.
Yes.
How is the punk scene for women? As in, like, what's it like? Or in in what ways is it for women?
Well, please explain what
Well,
for
I
you.
don't
Yeah, what is it like for women to be in the punk scene?
I think the punk scene in general, it depends where you are. Like we, obviously not anymore. Like, you know, we're an industry band. We're in a talk show in the middle of the Netherlands right now, so we can't say we're a small indie band on the DIY scene. But we were once, it was, you know, and it still is now. There are big problems within sort of the DIY punk scenes where everyone does sort of preach inclusivity, but no one really puts their money where their mouth is a lot of the time. So I don't think a lot of the time, you know, being women in the punk scene, it's not safe for a lot of women or queer people or NB people. It doesn't feel like spaces are really that safe, because we'll all say, oh yeah, you know what, we all stand against this thing, we all stand against abuse, but a lot of the time people are still friends with abusers. There are still a lot of abusers in bands, which means that you can go into a room and you cannot guarantee that you're going to be okay. You don't know really who you're championing.
But do you feel like you're being taken serious as a woman? Because you also told in an interview that when you go abroad and sometimes to friends, that the technicians are like, oh yeah,
That made the rounds
let me
quickly.
explain to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's across every genre, really. I think with the, like, just to add on to what Phoebe was saying, is that, you know, I think it's difficult being a woman in most industries, and I think especially also the music industry. And you would think that within the punk scene it would be a little bit more inclusive, because I think punk was always about going against the grain. And in a way it is. There are a lot of spaces made for women and queer people, I think specifically in the punk scene, but that's not to say that we're already there all the way, if you know what I mean. Like, we still have a long way to go for women and queer people to feel safe, even within the punk scene. And yeah, on a sort of broader spectrum, I think just like, I mean, Kim Gordon said it in her book, like, Girl in a Band, like, it's an age-old problem that I'm not sure if it has improved yet, because even at this point, yeah, I'm still getting patronized by sound techs who, like, were a roadie for the Rolling Stones in the fucking 1970s and think they're hot shit, and want to explain to me how a volume and master buttons work on an amp. So yeah, we do still get that a lot, like, in relation to equipment, which is extremely frustrating, because obviously, like, we've come this far. Like, I'm pretty sure I know how to turn an amp on. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think women tend not to get taken seriously when it comes to music and music production and the equipment involved, or even just like just across the board as musicians.
We know where the on button is. Like, come on, it's just stupid. It is just a case of people just. It's because no one wants to think that, you know, anyone who isn't like a geezer is capable of doing it, and they're just in denial. It's like, and we're better than all of you anyway. So
Yeah. Fuck you, I'm the one on stage and you're behind the desk.
Okay, let's continue. Oh, not again. Not again. Yes. Four.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yes, it's that one.
Is being open about politics a career killer?
it is according to certain bands. It depends, I think. I don't think it is, no, but I think there is a possibility, there is a big fear for a lot of bands that it will be.
I mean, can I talk about the Rolling Stones thing, about the awards?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think... Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Super mindful.
I think people, like Phoebe said, I think people think it can be, and it is. And I think there's always a kind of fear involved in talking about politics openly. Like, and sometimes it can have consequences, but then, you know, you have to decide whether you want to not, you know, where your values are with it. Like, if you can deal with the consequences or not.
But how is that for you? Because you were walking carpets with a trans flag or a Palestine flag.
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about that because at the Rolling Stones Awards, we each took a flag. Phoebe had the Palestinian one, and then I was holding the trans flag up. And it was a really surreal experience because we were walking on the red carpet and like the photographers were going crazy. Like it was literally like a fucking movie. Like it was nuts. I can't believe we actually experienced that. Those photographers going, look over here, look over here. And it's like flash going everywhere. And beforehand, our press person was kind of briefing us and was like, right, MTV's going to want to speak to you. What was it?
Like MTV, BuzzFeed, Good Morning Britain. Like everyone under the sun pretty much was like, they all want to interview you. And the way, for anyone who hasn't been on a red carpet before, the way it works is you're on a conveyor belt ultimately. You get your photos taken, bing, bong, bang, smile, smile, smile. And then you go over to the bit with all the wankers holding a microphone like we are now. And they go, tell me about this, tell me about why you love MTV. Blah, blah, blah. And then you go, blah, blah, blah. So we had all of this booked in and we go on to the red carpet with our flags. Everyone's taking photos, and then we move over to the next bit of the conveyor belt with all of the people with microphones. And it went from, you know, the expectation of everyone's going to interview you. They saw the flags, and they just, cameras down, microphones down. We walk over like that.
Just
crazy.
Like you're not here.
No one
So
wants to
in a
touch
way, it is a little bit, it could be a career killer because nobody wanted to talk with you, even though it is quite a big statement that you guys are making.
Yeah, I mean, I think a career killer in the sort of objective sense, I suppose, but not really. Like for us, it's part of who we are and why we do what we do. So for us, I wouldn't say it affected our career necessarily, because for us, it's very much entrenched with like the values that we hold. And so, yeah.
I'd say also it just like, it cuts out, you know, you're getting out the weeds now. If we sign to a label which were like, all right, you can have 100 grand, but you're not allowed to talk about politics anymore. Fuck that. Like, they're not the people we should be working with. So I think really, if you are vocal about these issues, ultimately the people that do stick around and the people that do want to work with you are the people you should be working with. You shouldn't be working with people who don't align with the same values as you on a level.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you all for these answers and being so open. So tell me, in short, because we need to wrap it up, what is next for you for ASNS? Are you going to perform, or what's next in your career?
First band to play in space.
Yeah, not today though. Today we're playing at Plato's Sonic at 6:40, and then I think at 1:30 in the morning we're playing at Mars, the main stage at Mars tonight.
And some new music coming out soon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell me
No
a little bit
further
more about
comment.
it, or just
It's really good.
Yeah, it bangs.
we have this how do you call it, a record, a vinyl, yes, and we would like to for you to sign it because we want to put it up on the walls.
Nice, let's do
Yes,
it.
so this one is for you.
Whoa, yeah.
So
Just like can we sign it on?
yes, or you could write a little note or something nice or something not so nice. I think
Suck
it would
my
be.
dick.
Ooh. What is it you're writing down?
What did you write?
Lily? Fuck you, Jesus, forever. Okay. Yes.
Buckle up.
Are you
No.
religious?
No.
I love Jesus.
I actually meant Jesus.
You were what?
I meant Jesus.
Oh.
Zeus.
Jesus.
Jesus.
He's a Spanish friend of mine.
Oh, right. How do you spell So I'm not very good at spelling.
M-Y.
That just looks like I meant to write my, but I did M wrong. So now it says suck any. So I'm just going to write suck any dick. And you can suck any dick you want.
Yeah.
The world's your oyster. Suck any dick. Brackets if you want. Yum.
Yum.
There you go. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, well, thank you. Well, okay, thank you very much for being here, and thank you guys for watching this episode of The Talent Room. Please don't forget to like and comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Ik moet het minder gaan doen, maar iets in mij wil die haar.